Good afternoon and welcome to Corona Walks 2. As you can see, I'm back out in the countryside. Behind me, some lovely views. But the world isn't right, is it? Something's wrong. We're all stuck at home. We're allowed to go out and exercise, but there are severe restrictions on our movements and everything that we do. We're also acutely aware that the longer that this goes on, the worse the situation will become economically, and this will also have serious implications for the future. We're in a situation of risk and trust. Risk and trust as an academic phenomenon is not a new one. Why do we trust certain people and not trust others? When you drive your car and you see a speed limit by the side of the road, somebody has calculated what the safe speed is for driving on that road and provides us with that information. And for most of us, we trust this information and obey these rules. Traffic lights tell us when to stop and when to go, and when to get ready to go, and when to be ready, or to be aware. Similarly, if we go to the doctor, we may go and see the doctor and you may have something wrong with you. You explain the symptoms and let the doctor do the examinations that they feel necessary. And then we go to the pharmacy and collect the medication and apply as directed. Again, this is all based on trust. And our society functions on the basis of trust. We have a government that are elected by the population. That population, having chosen a government, then entrust that government to do what is in the interests of the population and the country as a whole. We expect our government to do the best for us. But can we trust them? Do they have their hands in the back pockets of vested interests? Are there other factors that are affecting their decision making? Are there things that we should know that they haven't told us? This is very important, because if we're going to get through these very difficult times together, we need to be 100% sure that when the government gives us an instruction, which may well limit the pleasure of our lives or the economics of our lives and our families, that we can trust this information to be accurate and worthwhile. We're all keen to get out of this lockdown. Nobody wants it to last a second longer than it needs to. And one idea for dealing with this has been to use social media as a method for tracking people who have COVID-19, finding out where they are, and then alerting other people that you might be near where somebody is with COVID-19, or worse still, that you may have been infected because you've been within 2 meters of someone, and therefore perhaps you should go and get yourself tested. And if necessary, deprive yourself of your liberty for 2 to 3 weeks until everyone is sure that it's safe to let you back out again. But are we safe? Do we actually know? The scientists seem to be arguing with each other, and there seems to be some controversy as to when we're dangerous and when we're safe in terms of being infectious. If I wear a mask, it protects me very little. However, it protects you much more, because hopefully it'll stop me transmitting something to you. And in return, if you wear your mask, you avoid infecting me. This is again a reciprocal basis of trust. But what about these apps? What we're being asked to do is to hand over personal data to the government. Here in Europe, they're developing an app, and this app is going to be Europe-wide. And the idea is that this app will track people who may be infectious or may have been infectious, and it'll look at different ways in which these people can be monitored. It would make sense to have the same app in the UK. But mysteriously, our government have given this contract to a company that have been controversially involved in manipulating data during both the Brexit campaign and the more recent general election. And the government that have come into power have awarded this contract to a company that basically helped them get elected. Are we happy about this? Do we trust this? Or is something going on that we should know more about? As a scientist and an academic, I want this COVID-19 to be put under control and for society to go back to normal as quickly as possible. But there are questions here about civil liberties. What rights do the government have, albeit temporarily, to suspend my rights? My rights to privacy, my rights to movement, my rights to go about my business. Now, if I believe that by doing this, it will seriously speed up the process of normality, this is something I'm prepared to do. And I think most people in society would. But do we actually have complete confidence that our government have got this the right way round? Is this not the same government that asks us to stand outside our doors and clap for the NHS workers, but doesn't provide them with the equipment they need to keep themselves safe? Is this not the same government that have killed more than 30,000 of us by first of all instigating the lockdown far too late, having first of all removed tweets and messages that were flying around on the internet when this was raging in Italy? People in the UK were rubbing their hands and saying, oh, we can save lots of money, lots of pensioners will die off and we won't have to pay their pensions. Is this correct? Should this be happening? I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.